Are we lashing out in all directions as world tension escalates to dangerous levels? World tensions are reaching a dangerous boiling point as an increasingly isolated U.S. President Donald Trump lashes out in all directions. It looks like Trump is trying to rally U.S. military support for a war against Denmark and Mexico to seize resources to finance the U.S. corporate government, multiple sources agree. A significant financial sabotage campaign is also underway against China, highlighted by the U.S. dollar bond default of a company with revenue of the evil number of $66.6 billion. Meanwhile, Trump's backers are lashing out against the British royal family. Remember, Trump has labeled the EU a foe. This activity is related to the fact that, despite stealing the Japanese people's pension money, the U.S. corporation still does not have a clear path to meeting its January 31, 2020 payment deadline. It is interesting to note in this context, they now scheduled Brexit for January 31, 2020. By Benjamin Fulford. Let's start by looking at the situation with Mexico. The U.S. has now deployed 3 aircraft carrier groups around that country as the U.S. military prepares to attack Mexican drug cartels, which may be armed and trained by Mossad, Pentagon sources say. We can independently confirm that some drug cartel fighters trained by Mossad also know this war on Mexico is really about stealing Mexican oil, silver, and other resources to finance the U.S. corporation. That's why the Mexican military has publicly come out in support of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador (AMLO). Russia has also deployed nuclear-armed submarines around the U.S. coastline, and Russian President Vladimir Putin publicly declared earlier this year that his country is ready for another Cuban Missile Crisis. It means that Trump will have to back down because the U.S. military will not start a nuclear war to steal resources to support a foreign-owned United States corporation. Next, let us look at Denmark. Here, Lars Feinsson, head of the Danish Defense Intelligence Service, said Greenland was now a top security issue for Denmark because a power game is unfolding between the US and other global powers in the Arctic. Trump cancelled an August state visit to Denmark and called their Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen nasty after she refused to sell Greenland to the US. Another update of Brer Caleb, Ph.D. Tough times never last, tough people do.